Now, we read today that wholesale electricity prices have dropped significantly over the past year, so why haven't our power bills gone down too? Let's go to the Nationals MP and former Resources Minister Keith Pitt in Bundaberg. Good to talk to you again, Keith. Now, it's undeniable that wholesale electricity prices have gone down. That means it's been cheaper to make electricity. Lots of reasons for that. One of them, the fact we've had such a cool, wet summer, the demand for power hasn't been as high. But why aren't our retail prices going down as well?
Chris, I was triggered by this report, and not in the way some of your viewers might think, but it triggered a memory of a Chris Bowen tweet last year and on a similar media release from the same organisation about wholesale prices in the September quarter from memory. And the reason for that was intermittent solar during the day, also the fact that demand was down, and then in the fine print, not mentioned by anyone, particularly in the press and in Mr Bowen's release, two big coal-fired power stations came back online, Tarong North and Millmerran, 1.3 gigawatts, almost 1,300 megawatts of power that works all of the time. And the reason your prices won't come down, and they won't come down in the future, in fact they'll go up, is because Labor's plan is to spend tens of billions of dollars on transmission, and transmission makes up roughly 50% of your bill. That money has to be recovered. There's a set rate of return for people who invest in it, and it will push up prices even further.
Yeah, I wanted to check that with you because I figured our transmission costs are going up and up and up, and we talk often here about the massive investment that Labor is now demanding in transmission to connect up all these current and future renewable projects. So if it's 50% now on transmission, and that's a guaranteed return for all those transmission investments, then that's going to become even a bigger part of our bills. So the cost of producing the electricity is going to be the small part of the equation. The cost is going to be shifting that electricity around.
Well, that's exactly right. And the other challenge with this, and the terrifying piece of the press release that was talked about in the press today, was that lo and behold, intermittent wind and solar, I think, struck 100% in South Australia for one morning, and in an afternoon it was 70%. Well, that says to me as an engineer and to others that the capacity is installed to be able to do that, but it is so unreliable, it did it once in a quarter for a couple of hours. That should terrify every electricity consumer. It won't matter what the price is for the wholesale generation if it doesn't supply at the time that you need it, and you spend tens of billions on transmission, which have a regulated rate of return, which gets recovered from guess who? You and every single consumer.
Yeah, well, I like to check, as whenever we talk about these issues, I like to check while we're on air with my little app, NEM app. And even though there's the sun is shining out there at the moment and the wind is blowing, still 64% of the power generated right now in the national electricity market is coal and gas, is fossil fuels. So that's how much we need it. Thanks for joining us, Keith. Appreciate your time.